And I don't like his release, so stop talking about it.
I didn't say it once, but since you brought it up, I'm going to average heaps more than him. Yeah, at that price? Who? At that price, who? At that price.
No.
At that price. At that price.
No one.
Good. Maddie couldn't win.
Too late.
Oh!
Too high.
I keep on asking me if Tom McCone's going to be a ruckman. It's not.
Not yet. Anyway.
Not even. He's not the best ruckman in
I
cup.
want to see Gibneys and Chesters. I want to see these.
You're not going to be seeing much of Chester.
Francis. I just got
Francis.
I just got concussed.
Doesn't care.
Tom Mitchell doesn't just tug on the ball. Thomas kicks the winning goal and he got 140. Vice captain right now.
Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters.
So Jordy just said we'll just take our time, real slow.
Welcome back, Jules! Hey, we can take our time, be slow, and still be excited. Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. I'm George, and alongside me is Mattys.
And I'm Matt. George, do you know anything different about me today?
Is it the sexy fucking man?
What? This? Yeah, it is actually.
It does? You liking it?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I ordered enough samples to finally get one that actually looks amazing, and that looks really good. That's
and how much can you buy these on the SuperCoach Masters YouTube, eBay channel?
They're not even up yet.
They're not even up yet.
Not even up yet, but that looks great. And I was going to wear mine, but I dumped my hair, and then they just arrived today. And then you came here with obviously your hair looking like shit, so it doesn't really matter.
I like it. Look at that stitching. Just can you see that, guys? Look at that stitching. SuperCoach Masters.
Fine.
Look at that. The Simpsons reference. But there you go, George, and everyone else. You can get them in grey, white, and...
Grey and white, that's it, because the black obviously clashes with the logo, but it's actually not for sale yet, but it's just for us.
Yeah, it's just for us to get noticed on the streets. But anyway, guys, what are we going to talk about today? Because SuperCoach it's the last game of the home and away season in SuperCoach, George.
Where did it all go wrong?
Yeah, we could go back to all the way from round one.
Round one?
Round one. We got Tom... not getting English.
I think I've had Clary on my bench
that's
all year.
That's 650,000.
Yeah, that's probably where it went wrong. I think that's one of the areas that it went wrong. Chad, what's this? Mutant Turtles? You looking at some Ninja Turtles?
Oh, yeah. Just, it's just part of a Facebook group that I'm in,
Well, fucking cowabunga.
Yeah, cowabungas, George. All right, what are we going to get over with today? Because
well, you know what?
For the 3 viewers out there at the moment, because everyone's...
3 people hanging on. But we're here for those 3 people, and one of those 3 people
big
is the big sexy ock, the big ock dog, the big O.
All right, James,
unlike the big Oscar McInerney, this big O is a good one. He says, 2 coffees. Hey there, buff cousins. Looking like I'll be using my last trade this week to get rid of Geordie's prize recruit, Big Bad Ridley. Let me stop you there, mate.
It's Geordie.
I have always told anyone, despite having Ridley, not to get Ridley. You can back me up on that.
You did.
No one should have got Ridley.
4 or 5 podcasts ago, yes, you did say do not get Ridley.
And how good is he? How good has he actually played that game?
He got 138 and he got injured.
And he went off.
Could have got a 40.
That's just luck.
He's got 138.
I've never seen this many injuries, Matt Steve, in the year of SuperCoach. The key players, not to Burn from St Kilda or Petrocelli from West Coast. They're getting injuries. The key players. We'll get to the injuries in a second, but
SuperCoach popularity picks are just falling down like flies.
They really are, Matt Steve. The time has finally come to move on from our untrustworthy backman. Hope we can ride out the season now with a little less carnage. Good luck. I don't like my chances. I keep up the fine work. Surely Foxtel has been in touch with you about a show by now. Maddie, I don't think Foxtel knows a good show.
Foxtel is not...
in the face of the big dong.
I'll tell you this, George. Foxtel is not in touch with us. But who is in touch with us is Ladbrokes and Sportsbet, because we are going to be doing something other than SuperCoach very shortly. Keep an eye. It's going to be for the Brownlow predictors. And we are going to multiply all of the predictors from each and every... This is just what we've done. How many times have we done the shorts?
Like the Brownlow?
Yeah.
We've made a fair bit of money on the Brownlow.
Yeah, we have made thousands of dollars. And I'll tell you what, it's not gambling when you already know what's happened.
Well, those years though, I did watch every game, done my Brownlow votes after it. I haven't done my Brownlow votes after it this year, but I'm still hoping that just based on our knowledge, watching every single game.
I'm sure everyone else knows exactly too, because everyone was watching some
and you
games.
got to put in mind the umpire. Like, you got to say like who's impressing, who's what. Don't worry, we got some great picks, some Brownlow predictors.
We're not just going to tell you Nicky Dacus is going to win the Brownlow. We're going to tell you
team by team, multis.
Team by team. The most votes from Adelaide into Brisbane, into Carlton, into Collingwood, into Essendon, into Fremantle. For a nice big sexy 10-leg multi, you put a 1,000 on it and it's a sure thing, George.
There's some people watching and I'm like, there's fucking.
So you
degenerate
invest $5,000 to $10,000 in us and we will make you money, but there's no refunds.
So we're not financial advisors.
We're not financial advisors, but we'll give you the hot tips and we'll go through, I reckon, maybe the first 6 teams, the next 6 and the next 6, and we'll compile them onto a nice tally for us to spend some $100, because I know there's a couple of boys out there that really want
J-Baz, you every week he asks me, what's the multi for this game, and I give him it, and unfortunately he didn't ask me this week, and it's the week I won the most.
You've got like 4, didn't you get 4 multis this week?
Yeah, and I missed out by Tom Mitchell. But let's not talk about that.
Alright, so anyway, keep an eye out. We're going to be doing a podcast after this stupid, stinky Supercoach session and season.
I love
is done.
Supercoach stinky sessions.
But it's done, champ. There's one more game.
It's not for you, but there is, you know what? 10 people in our group are in the top 1,000 of Supercoaches. That's fucking huge.
That's great. It's huge. It is huge.
And we're going to keep on doing it for those guys and our supporters and the big guy.
I know we're going to keep on doing it, but it doesn't mean I like it. It doesn't mean I want to be here in this stupid stinky beanie. Why do you always bring shit news every week? Like, when did you I think you said something today regarding Constable. He could get a game. Now, if that's true, champ...
I say that every week, though.
Yeah, I know. Could it be the game, champ? But who knows, that Constable... Do we even need him?
Yeah, I do. For really? I definitely need him.
Oh, champ.
All right, well, let's
funny.
get straight into the... we'll get to put the Kick Sunt Hall of Fame up, because no matter how... later gets in the season, I'm still very appreciative of these guys.
Of course, we can't buy these sexy beanies without you helping us and supporting for us to...
I love them so much. Yeah, and look, Matt Deeps, Foxtail, obviously, you know, you see Robbo and Jared Healy or whoever the fuck they are, they're just boring as fuck. So obviously Foxtail doesn't know a good show at Hitler, but we've had a really good first year and we're hoping and building on that. Next year, guys, more graphics during the show, more segments. It's going to be big and amazing. But let's get on with the show, Maddie. Let's put up the Kick Sunt Hall of Fame now for the viewers. And as you can see, the usuals. We won't go through them each individual. All you need to know is the top 4, Wahab, Ocker, Bruce, and Scotty Baller with a bit of Whiskey D and then Engo on the side. I can keep on going. But I won't.
But you won't.
Thanks,
We know
guys.
who you are, because you're the only ones that keep on watching anyway. So
now, Maddie, let's start the potty. Let's talk about these injuries. Because obviously, Jordan Ridley, that's one. He's going to be out for almost the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. Walsh.
Walsh out
3
for
weeks.
2 to 3.
2 to 3, pretty much leading into the finals.
Now, I'm thinking Chera and Cripps are both coming back this week.
I heard Chera, Cripps, P and Net, all the boys had a bit of a rest to play.
They had their bye against West Coast, and now
exactly. They had their bye, they had a rest, so they'll come back in. Silvani, not that he's relevant.
Yeah, he's relevant. I picked him up in draft, and you went off in the first quarter, Silvani. I'm never, ever getting you again. I thought you were due. He actually got 40 points in a quarter.
He's not due. Sean Darcy again, out for the season.
Out for the season. I think that's safe to say. He's joining Fife and Yo and Shuey on the Never Again list, Matt Steves.
Oh, champ, he's definitely going to be on this. So Darcy's going to be on the Never Again list?
Never Again list, easy.
Never Again list?
Easy.
Okay.
And still surprising me how durable English has been this year.
Yes, he has not fallen down.
No,
and there's only one
right.
game left, and he's gonna, But how good's that Gorney been?
Gone without Grundy is like a chef's kiss on the lop.
On the lop. Lop means penis, guys.
Next week we're going to get Jamie in, which is going to be pretty exciting. But
Good
maybe
old big stinky Jamie, yep.
any other injury news? Let's say Ashcroft doing his
he's
out. He probably won't even make it for next year, you'd think. Maybe final series
hopefully
next year?
Hopefully he can come.
cheaper?
Hopefully he can come back this time next year, maybe get subbed and be super cheap for us again the year after. That's what we're hoping.
Absolutely, mate.
2000. We see us. We're looking at 2025 Supercoach for Ashcroft to be a nice $200,000 player.
I'll pick him up for $330 every day of the week, Maddie. But now let's get into some big CBA movers, because a nice condensed little segment, but it's really important to note. Sam Doherty, 58% increase in CBAs. I don't think we need to look too hard at that, guys, because obviously Welsh, Terra, Cripps being out, someone's got a feeling there. So it's pretty much Paddy Dow was in there with Doherty and Hewitt. So that's the reason for that. Tom Stewart, Maddie, you probably missed this one. Maybe you didn't. 53% in
My
the
God, who needed him in there? Wow.
He got
What,
over,
he got 140?
he got 150 something.
Wow. So did Doherty.
Yeah.
Wow. And then
I don't know about that. This is like a bit of an experiment that's kind of flown under the radar, hasn't it? So it is what it is.
It's working.
Yeah, he got over 22.5 disposals.
Yeah, that's all week. Yeah, he sure did.
Errol Goulden, I think Horse came out to say that he wanted Goulden more on the inside this week.
But he played so shit this week.
He did. Really weird. Yeah. And they wanted Mills more on the outside. So that's the reason for the swap there. Because Mills was feeling a bit banged up. For the owners who have Mills want to watch there.
Mills scored 100 and Goulden scored a 60 something.
Yeah, but the reason why he was playing more outside mid is
I get it because he was a bit sore, yes.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Why is leaving Duggan even in there?
Liam Duggan, that's good to note for your Maltese guys. It's plus 36. Jack McRae got 30 after being 0 again last week.
It's a seesaw with McRae and Caleb Daniel looking at who's got the most down. Like Caleb was in the most CBAs moving up and McRae dropped down. So Beveridge just shows how much Beveridge is a fuckwit.
He is a fuckwit, Maddie. Yeah. And haven't the F-bombs come out now later in the season?
When no one's watching fucking Beveridge.
Maddie. Maddie, now let's talk about some very relevant. Sam Flanders has been on an absolute tear. Why couldn't he do this at the start of the season? He's been literally Gold Coast best midfielder.
Oh, yeah.
Best midfielder by far.
By far, the last four.
He's averaging like 110, 115 his last 5 games.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good, Joe. Chalk Miller's fallen another dump. He didn't have a good game, did he?
No, Maddie. So Carl Mills lost 57% of his midfield time. Keys, you think with Rory Laird down, maybe get some more midfield time? No. 55%, Maddie, you yawn. I will smack you right in the face. Oh my God,
I couldn't think these CBAs were going to creep up to me and getting them yawn. Anyway,
so that's what happens when you learn something, Maddie. You get a bit tired.
I had my father-in-law over and be drinking wine all night, every night for the last 4 nights. So I'm just catching up on some well-needed yawns.
Yeah.
Go on, George. Keep going.
Okay. And Took Miller went down 17%. Not what you want to see. Matt Zeebs, let's move into... Do you want to do your mid-price madness? I kind of want to save the best to the last.
Jab, let's just go straight to the rookies.
All right, let's go straight to the rookies. Let's just get some cash injection for the people who...
George, you still got the Sandbanks in there. Look, we both got Nankervis, the Adelaide player, who's a forward mid.
He looked good.
He looked okay.
If you watched that game, he looked some really good plays.
I don't like Cufflin, George. Cuff hard.
Why not? Why don't you like him? You said you like 102k rookies. He's 102k.
Champ, I like Whitehall. He's on
102k. Every week you have Maddie's top 3 102k rookie. I got one that's 102k and he's playing.
Hate him.
You're just an absolute fool.
And basically, he
dual position in the back line. He's just went up a bit and he's going to go up even more. He's just scored an 82.
Jamie, if anyone's got 2 trades to do a downgrade and upgrade a premium, I would want to see that.
Because some people play for league and that's the best way to play for league is by holding your trade.
Of course it is.
Constable is your number 1 pick. That's...
Chat, he's in. I've got a feeling. He's coming off a 39 disposal and he's only played 2 games. He's Gold Coast are losing. He needs to make some changes. Mark my words, Champ Constable's coming in and he's going to score 100.
He's not going to see
He's coming in.
Yeah, all right. He did get a fair bit of touches. Yeah, and Fiorini got 43.
Wow. What a scoop. What a scoop.
Speaking of scoops, Maddie, let's scoop right into your mid-price madness because I saw another funny one. Yeah, and we'll start with it.
Oh, look at that steer. He's Gaff. He's waiting for his Brownlow that day. Break even. Good old Andy Gaff. He's played some good footy lately. Break even -6. Evans came off as a sub last week. Champ, I don't really care. Only 0.7% have him. He's 370.
Would you ever, in your right mind, trade him in your fucking team?
If you are making me remember when he was actually really great.
Maddie.
He's not great anymore, guys.
Yes.
But he's in the mid-price madness because Maddie has just... I don't give a fuck anymore, Jules. But anyway, that's...
At least give some realistic one. Well, the next 2 are pretty realistic.
Oh, well, that's why. Like, I've got to select... you can't pick... It's mid-price madness, right? At this stage of the year. No one's going to... Maybe if this was round 1, all right. Like you have a punt. But no one's going to be looking at Maddie's mid-price madness now, especially Gaff with that face. Look at him. He's coked off his fucking face there. He's just...
Stop swearing!
He's looking at the next line. Ben Cousins is rolling up right there. Anyway. Then we got Big J Cabby. He looks angry and mean. Coming back from concussed from Gary Rowan. He didn't play...
It's a pretty good price.
He's a very good price. And he's evil and angry at the moment.
I am so sick of seeing tall Geelong forwards in your mid-price madness.
Champ, there's nothing else. And they're... these boys can hit 100. They are going to hit their stride. I reckon Jeremy Cameron's going to kick fucking...
Now, last week I brought up Jeremy Cameron as he was a trip down Mount Buller, and you said you just don't like Geelong's run.
He's on his way up. He's got Fremantle in Geelong.
Yeah, that's the only good game, I think.
That's the only good game. I'm sure he's got other good games.
Now, would you trade in Jeremy Cameron?
And here we go. All right, so there's Jeremy Cameron, number 5. idiots that have him or don't have him already, get him in. Because he's just a moron. And Geordie, good picture. Meanwhile, number one,
Again.
coming off 100. Well, yeah, look at him. He's
Third
still
time in a row.
He's the cheapest out of all of them. And he just came off 130.
Just got made 32K as well.
He made 32K, third time in a row. George Hewitt. If you're not on him, why is he only in 1.5? He's the cheapest price and he's getting 127s. I know you can argue, well, George Hewitt's not going to play West Coast every week, champ.
I could argue that. And I could also argue that Cripps and Walsh and Chera might not be missing from that midfield every week as well.
Well, she's not going to be there next week.
Two to three.
And Kennedy. So you only need him a couple of wins. If you got someone, who knows? Ridley to Hewitt, get that 300,000, upgrade that Oliver.
Maddie, you know what? I don't mind. I would have traded in Hewitt last week, if I was perfectly honest, because I love cutting corners, as I can tell.
As you
got Darcy's
last week, you could have got rid of a Saldrick for a Hewitt and made $90,000 if you still had Saldrick, who's also out for the year.
If you still had trades.
And if you still had trades, which is the more important question.
Now, thank you for the mid-price madness, Maddie. I don't mind it.
I hate it.
Do you even know what Carl Amon scored last week?
He got amazing. He got 101. Chad, he got. You think I'm an idiot, Chad?
Didn't you play North? Who did Hawks play? No, Richmond.
Yeah. He got 101.
I know. And if you got 100 for the rest of the year, I still think it's a bad pick.
Of course. I hate to fill
Carl
in the gaps. I think Gaff, if you get Gaff, you're a moron. But
It's your mid-price man.
Well, so is Carl Amon.
And he's scoring well.
He's scoring very well.
All right.
I
want to know what the point is.
The point is, to take Maddie's mid-price bandit seriously, you got to have balls the size of this beanie. You got to have really big balls.
That's some fine embroidery.
That's a really fine embroidery stitching here. Unicorn skin. That's what that's made of.
It actually feels so good.
It does. Anyway, George, let's go to your Mount Buller.
Now, Maddie, this is a stab in the heart of a lot of people, especially myself, because this man is a part of my life, my world, and we talk, and he's a big fan of the potty, and I had to shoot an arrow at him, like a Caro arrow kind of style, because it's just, I'll get it up. It's a trip down Mount Buller with Took, Miller, Maddie. Now, if you look at his last 3 games, 91, 5 round of 88. Do you think this guy started at 660K? He looks like a 90 average player.
Keep it up, Took. Keep it up and make him cheap for next year and get better and fitter.
I think he's perfectly fit. I just think, look at this. So I put here the pre-injury CBA percentage, which was 5 games. It's 82%, 93%, 71%, 72%, and 78% in the midfield. Now, he comes back from injuries 3 games, 17%. You can understand he's working into 64%, which is respectable. But you think with his 3rd game would be going up, it went down to 46%. And boy, he doesn't look like a very good SuperCoach.
GWS absolutely made him look like a turd.
I know, and you think Sam Flanders is getting more CBAs than him?
Flanders, stupid sexy Flanders.
He's too damn sexy. So Took Miller now, Maddie's 506. His break-even's 110. He looks like he's going to average about 90 points for the rest of the year. He was 660K to start with. It's pretty sad to see him slide down Mount Buller like that, Maddie, but I got a point of premium on the down, and I think Took Miller's on the down.
I think he's.
That's because of his position. Like, you can't have a 660K player that's playing half forward and wing. So
obviously not. You can't. And as sexy as Took Miller is, it's not something that you can set your watch to at this stage of the season.
Speaking of sexy,
yes,
let's talk about some captain choices, Mattys, because although the team's been suffering, the captain choices haven't been too bad.
Okay, that is also true, champ. What do you think about Dacos round 1 Friday night?
I think Carlton do the most tagging almost of any club. So it's one that I'm a bit wary about, Maddie. Is there anyone else you got your eye on? Because English is playing Briggs, which is a preview of my R1, R2 next year.
Yeah.
So there's that. Geelong down there are always really good. So
Always.
Is Tom Short in the midfield?
Tom Short in the midfield. You can't get tagged.
Now, this is an important one. Gold Coast, at Gold Coast, but it's with the Lions. Dunkley, Neil, they could be really handy vice-captain options, Maddie. You got Merritt against Sydney, which I really like that matchup.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be touching any of the Adelaide boys against Port Adelaide. Laird on his comeback game. Now, St Kilda versus Hawks, Maddie.
Yep.
Sinclair, Sicily. This is a big call. I would put the C on Sicily. Not because of his score last week, Last time we played him, he got 170 or something odd as well. St Kilda always league points to defenders. This is a great game to have Sicily captain. I would have Sicily captain.
If I have Gorn, I'll probably make Gorn captain
against
the
Tigers.
Tigers. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Shank's not in, is he?
Nope.
He's got the soldo.
Yep. So, look, I'm flirting with Dacos or Bont at vice captain. I like a Neil or Dunkley captain for me, personally. But if I had Gorn, I'll probably make him the number one choice of captain if I had him. Because he has been in some rapid form.
Now, I think we're leaving English away because we think Briggsy's a pretty tough cookie in the ruck. Is that what we're thinking?
English is English. Like, of course he's
I don't think he's going to...
Even English and Bont, they're both, you know...
Oh, I prefer Bont over English this week, and I usually don't say that, but I think I like Bont over him this week. Maddie, do you like any of the Brisbane boys against the shitty Suns?
I like Dunkley. And Neil, I do like the shitty Brisbane boys over the shitty Suns. But yeah, I don't know, George. So I reckon...
If you want Maddie's mid-price gaff, he's got North Melbourne at Perth. He's as high as he's ever going to score if he's not the sub.
And he'll be the sub.
Give me your top three. Top three captains if you had everyone.
All right, Gore number one. Ooh. Definitely number one.
I'll go Sicily.
I'll go Gore number one. Sicily number two. And probably go for... I like Merritt at Marvel.
Oh, Merritt is...
I like Merritt at Marvel, but probably Merritt and Bont for number 3 and 4,
really,
respectively.
Any love for Petrarca against the Tigers, who struggle to beat the Hawks?
No.
I really like Petrarca. There's a lot of good captain options you can choose to go. Obviously, you don't have every single one of these players, but if you've got a Petrarca, if you've got a Gawn, if you've got a Sicily, I think there's pretty handy options, Maddie. If you have any of them, I'd go them over Dacos.
Is Laird going to come back this week?
I think he is, yes. For everything that I've read in the presses and from Nick's, is that Lairdy is feeling good, just needs to get some swelling down, and he is going to play, Maddie.
Fair enough.
Then that's that, and we'll go straight to the Q&As because there are some Qs and now we have some As. Corey Bryno O'Connor says he's hereby handing in his resignation from all fantasy leagues and football games. Not a question, but I strongly resonate with that.
Oh, yeah.
Maddie, Shane Marchand. Shane, how you been, mate? It's been molto bene. I don't care. I just want Constable to get a game. Not too much to ask.
Not this week. He's number one. Traded in play. Go get him in.
I don't think so, Maddie. But we'll see. Now, Maddie Anderson, who I love seeing Maddie A, is everyone else worried that in the final rounds of some of the teams that are locked away for top 4 will start to rest players for a week here and there? My season is shot, playing solely for leagues. Injury and poor trade choices have hurt this year, Maddie. So you reckon the top 4 are going to start resting some players?
They won't do that. I don't think so.
Well, you've already seen Tom Mitchell's and Pendles.
Tom Mitchell's and Pendles, but we're talking about... Okay, so if we're talking about top 4s, who's in the top 4?
Port. I can see them resting Butters.
I already saw them rest Butters against Carlton last week, in the last quarter.
Well, that's because he had a sore groin.
Champ, I got a sore groin too. Like, who cares? Like, you know...
You're not Butters in the AFL team.
Yeah, I got a sore groin too, champ. Like, I'm still here. Like... It could be, but maybe. I don't think so. I think the whole reason for them to have a week off before the finals start was to stop that from happening. Because I remember that North Melbourne rested 9 of their best players.
I thought it was Ross Lyon, Fremantle, and they rested the half the team.
It was... I remember North Melbourne didn't want to win against a shit team because they would have had to go into state, so they tanked that game so they could finish 8th to beat a Melbourne team.
That's North Melbourne for you.
Yep, and they did that.
They were in the finals. Wow. All right, Lyndon James says, went back 100 ranks in the top 300. Is Hewitt worth using a last trade on, or for a rookie like Chesser, or save that trade for a ruck cover? I reckon
go for gold. Get that Hewitt. He's ready. He's ready. It's number one. He's mid-price madness. George, what do you think?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Fuck it. Go for it. This year's fucking fucked. So
what else are you going to do?
All right.
You're going to save a trade until something happens? Just make things happen. That's my advice. Don't wait for things not to happen. Just make things happen.
That's why we ran our trade 6 weeks ago. Yeah. Now, Jared Corey, Allegory, says, what's the go with Tom Mitchell? Is he injured?
He was just shit. So, guys, like Mitchell... I was begging him to go off because I wanted him not to play any more of that Port Adelaide game.
Me too, Maddie.
No, I know you did, champ. All right, you comfortably won. And then I realised I lost my cash league game by like 30 points because Tom Mitchell got subbed off. But I didn't care because he was handballing like a bad? No?
No. Okay. They don't use that.
He was handballing like an idiot. And no, he was just shocking. It wasn't his type of football. You'll think it is his type of footy, but in those conditions, but no, I don't think he's injured. He's just an old, washed-up fart that needs to have a rest.
Now, Maddie, where did the prediction go wrong for Tom Mitchell? You knew he was an old, washed-up fart when he came to college.
He's only washed-up old fart once he was subbed, and then I'm like, you fucking piece of shit, Mitchell.
Maddie, in the language.
Okay,
we got a big Ocker coming in. Kyle says, with Walsh and Ridley on the sidelines, 1 trade left and 2K in the back. Which one do I trade? You know it's got to be Ridley. I know you're a good Essendon man. Ridley has to go. He's going to be out at least 3 weeks longer than Big Sammy Walsh. So, Unfortunate, but that's what we're going to have to do. Now, Adam Nemeth, who's also on the Kickstart Hall of Fame, he says, who do I have to talk to get some extra trades?
That's right, Shane.
Trust me, Wahab's been asking for extra trades every week. And you know what, Wahab? He personally abuses footballers on their Instagram account that misses the game.
Good job.
No, we don't endorse that, Wahab.
No, we like it, Wahab. I like it. You know what? You're going to get a beanie. Keep it up and keep sending those screenshots of you abusing. Who did you abuse last?
We don't endorse abusing AFL.
No, we
superstars.
don't. But I'm just asking, who did he abuse last?
I think it was Rory Laird.
Yeah, it was. I saw that one. Good job, Wahab. But we don't endorse it.
We don't endorse it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Maddie.
What? He's the king. He can do what he wants.
I mean, if is he going to get a harassment complaint?
He'll be all right.
All right, so Adam, he says, who do I have to talk to get some extra trades? Also, got some extra cash would be good. Possibly even a reset button. That would work too. Maddie, do you think SuperCoach could change its rules next year? Because with this sling tackle, there's been a lot more suspensions.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a lot more injuries now. Do you think there will be any change for maybe the trades or the rules next year?
If they do it like they do on the AFL fantasy, I think SuperCoach is crap. I like the linen.
I'm actually doing better in AFL fantasy.
But it's because you trade every two like you got unlimited trades. I know that sounds good, but it just it doesn't separate the boys from the men.
You got 36 trades or something this year, right? They went like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah.
How about 40?
Well,
can I tempt you with 40? Because there's still a limit.
It's still
another 2 weeks. That means like
all that means is like there's 24 games, so literally there's 4 games that you can't make trades. So you lose up all your like if let's just say you do 2 trades a week. Okay. That's literally going.
But there's also boosts.
So
because you can run out by the bias if you use your boosts and your 4 trades, 3 trades.
So you get an extra 5. You know, if it's an extra 5, so by 20, all right, you'll run out by round 7.
That's if you trade every week. You don't have to.
Because you're doing it right now, champ.
So you're saying it's better than SuperCoach because you run out of trades halfway through the year as opposed to like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later. That's what separates
the boys from the men, yes.
So right now you're a boy.
I know, we're both boys. We're not even boys.
The boys. All right, let's get back to the question.
We're both boys.
Wahab says, one name, Rory the Pussy Laird. I think that's why he lost his...
Dude, I reckon Laird's like probably crying.
Now, this is a really good point from the Bruce.
Go on, tell me.
I feel it should be noted and addressed in the core SuperCoach Master Group. Top 10 are all top 1,000 players. Need to get around them. SuperCoach Masters are absolutely have to do because these boys are really gunning for the prize, Maddie. They've listened to our advice and, well, mine probably, and then they're really, maybe they're trading Gaff and Game on. But if you
Jam, I don't want to do it. What if they did? What you just said, Aim got 101. Aim got 101.
I say that with a straight face.
Hewitt at 250 last week got to 127. These are the prices. When I was giving you caution advice, he was getting 127.
What's he getting these days, though?
Chap, you would have traded him out. It's as far as
Maddie, we don't have AFL Dream Team trades, all right? We can't get a mid-price Madness for 3 weeks.
Who knows?
Maybe next year. I think that's it for the questions. Matt Zeebs.
I got a question for you. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Champ.
I hate you so much. You weren't wearing such a sexy beanie.
Okay, what are we going to do? When are we going to do it? Because I know there's a lot of punters out there. They want to...
Maddie, I think the only punter here is you, me, Jamie, and J-Baz. So...
Oh, champ. All right, everyone on the feedback... You know, we want to know how many people are going to be interested in watching a Brownlow segment of us breaking down.
Oh my God, I just got a great idea. Live, while the Brownlow's on, we'll do a live stream.
Wow, or we'll be cursing.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but like I'll be punching the wall. We'll be swearing. Like you think there's not going to be... If you remember when there was like 3 votes to be had and oh fuck, that guy didn't even get one vote. What?
But you're swearing so much now. If you just maybe learn to control yourself, we'll be alright. And if we're winning, we won't need to swear.
That's also true.
So, alright, anyway, that wraps up a SuperCoach Master Disaster.
And also, so like I said, we're veering off SuperCoach, gonna very surely be into the Brownlows in a few
And then
weeks.
the finals. I would love to do some potties on the finals. Just talk about the matchups ahead. I love the finals, Maddie.
I love Brownlow.
Let's get him some help, guys. All right. Don't need help if you win. All right.
Like I said, invest money in us. No refunds.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week with Jamie on the podcast. You know, a bit more spruce with the big James. And
Does that mean I have to be here?
hopefully not.
Yes, more Brownlow stuff.
More Brownlow. All right.
All right, see you everybody. Have fun. And yeah, this embroidery stitching just even smells like unicorn. Can't wait to show the missus, Jules.
Maddie, you know
I saw
what?
your missus wear one on the way in here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. She gets first pick of that one. And she's like, all right,
does.
cool. Yeah. Okay. she does. Okay. She gets first pick.
You know
All
what,
right, cool.
Maddie?
So
I was
good to go.
playing Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I finally learned all the dark curses. It's so good.
Have you just been bullying everyone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The storyline's taken a real dark turn. I never even knew.
You're the Voldemort himself, Jules.
I literally
the
am.
Folder Jules.
All right, anyway,
See you,
guys.